Alright, in this chapter, it talks about the speaker-orientated treatment and the communication-orientated treatment. For the speaker-orientated treatment, that focuses on respiration, phonation, resonance, articulation, and rate and prosody. For respiration, it does say that it's not needed if the person has adequate loudness and their breathing patterns are okay, then they don't even need to focus on that. However, if it is consistent to have a breathing support for if they don't have good respiration, then you need to do that by having prolonged vowels or repeated phrases. That's how you would get that in therapy. Also, you want to make sure that you focus on having the patient practice exhaling at a steady rate. It is important to work toward a steady vocal output for 5 seconds. And you can do this by pushing, pulling, bearing down to help increase the respiration rate and drive. For behavior composition and control, you need to practice inhaling more deeply. And also within this, it is an optimal breath group, and that's the number of syllables that can be produced in one breath. Also, for the behavioral composition and control of a speaker-oriented treatment, it's a good task to mark paragraphs for breath groups and move into a scripted conversation. And then for phonation, that's where you'd have a voice amplifier or feedback for loudness on an app. Also, for phonation, you want to have effortful closure techniques to get the vocal folds to adduct. That also does increase the strength in their vocal folds. Also, the strategies that you can use for doing that are grunting, controlled coughs, pushing, pulling, and lifting. Also, for resonance, it's stated that poor resonance can reduce breath groups and increase pauses of inhalation. And you want to have them open their mouth during speech or cue them more precisely. And this helps increase the effort and reduce rate. And you want to always be sure that you over-exaggerate jaw movements to increase loudness for them. And then for articulation, what I thought that was interesting is that the tongue and lips only use 10 to 30% of maximum forces of speech. I thought that was interesting. Also, it is important to make sure for targeting strength and articulation to do 3 sets of 10 reps, each 3 to 5 times per session, and that's why it's important to remind the client to be able to do that at home also versus just at therapy. And then for rate, It is stated that rate is the most powerful behaviorally modified variable for improving intelligibility. And also it may reducing rate may be easier than motor goals. And then prosody and naturalness. And that naturalness refers to adequacy of prosody. Working at prosody can be beneficial effects in rate control. Okay, and then for the communication-oriented treatment, that's different strategies are speaking strategies, such as prepare listeners with alerting signals, teach practice and gestures, alphabet, teach alphabet, and then there are treatment strategies, and that would be always remember to maintain eye contact, listen attentively, work on comprehension and such. And then for a few interactive strategies, is it stated to be sure to schedule important interactions as well as repair breakdowns. And that's what I thought was important.